Hello there, a new test that's coming today. You see, I'm going to use this time external battery from HAMA. That's a 20 amps, 20,000 milliamps capacity. Now it's still under discharge. The battery, it's almost depleted. We can see the last LED here pulsing. That means it's almost empty, but it will be in the next 10 minutes or so. I want to see if a professional commercial battery, external battery, it's not a cheap one, by the way, if the efficiency of this kind of battery is still the same curve like the one I had tested before, the do-it-yourself kit, because that was a disaster with a 66% efficiency, with a loss of 1/3. That's not good at all. Oh, yeah, very clear. No more power. Even the tester, it's not turning on. It's completely depleted. The next step is to have a controlled charge. I'm going to use this USB digital tester to see current this battery can get in. Well, I had a power test when I bought this battery a few months ago. I'm also curious to see if it's losing power. I'm using this daily, I may say. And there we are. The charging starts with 121 amps only. Well, I was waiting, being a USB-C port, to have higher voltage and higher amps. Okay, I just let it run for now. We'll see the numbers later. It's almost 10 o'clock in the morning, and I also have an idea how long it takes to charge 20 amp battery. All right, so it took like 13 hours till finally this battery got charged. And let's have some numbers. We successfully got in 16,497 milliamps, almost 16.5 amps. You see, it's very impressive, like exactly 100 watts of power, of energy into the battery. Well, now phase 2 is coming, so let's discharge this, and I will use my display lamp up there with around 5 watts of discharging, so it will be a really long and easy discharge for this guy. Finally, after a long wait, 16 hours and half or something, anyway, it doesn't really matter. So the battery finally gave up. What I have to say, the charging and discharging has been done with 5 volts only, and we have almost 13,000 milliamps, and we have a 66 watts output from 100 that we got in. Exactly the same numbers like the do-it-yourself battery I showed you before. And somehow it's funny, because this is supposed to be kind of professional battery. But here are a lot of interesting stuffs to talk about, okay? So like I said, let's take a look at the video I had before about this do-it-yourself battery. And I had here in the beginning of the things a simple test of charging, discharging the pack, those 4 lithium batteries in parallel, 18650. There we have the numbers. So if we consider, let's take a round number like 5,280 times 3.85, we have approximately 20 watts hour of battery power. But this was the charging discharging test with the IMAX. And then if you go farther, because I want to have all these things in watts to avoid all those charging, discharging currents and stuff like that. We are talking here pure energy in and out from a battery. That was the output from the do-it-yourself battery. We had an output of 24 watts hour. Okay, now we have to see the input. There we go. So the do-it-yourself battery input or charge reached, as you can see in the picture, 40 watts hour. Okay? So finally, if we divide 24 by 40 times 100, and now times 100, that gives an efficiency of 60%. So we got a 40% losing. That explains the heat I encounter doing all these tests from the pack itself. If you remember, counting only the amps, amp out, like amps 7082 in, and 4667 out, the amps, only the amps, then gives 4667 divided by 7082, 0.65%. Well, I think checking the wattage, like one of the subscribers suggested, TG Private, he said the electronic does a very bad job. Of course, converter chip is producing a lot of heat. That's true. The point is the battery probably produced more capacity at lower C rate, of course, especially at discharging. And maybe to compare, watts hour would be better. 5.2 amps at 4.2 volts. You see, it's like 3.85. In fact, that gives 21.8. I said 20 here. And 4 amps with 5 volts, that gives 20 watts hour. That, of course, lead to a better result. So, in fact, this is the better result, 60%. This kind of do-it-yourself batteries, in fact, are even worse than I thought first time. If we count the pure energy in and out, it's only 60% efficiency. Well, now let's go back to our battery here. Let's light the counter. It's coming on. So at the end of the things, we have 12,946 milliamps out, and that leads to a 66 watts hour. Well, something else here interesting I have to tell you, and what I found, of course, and I really suggest you, I wish to find this page before. This is a very interesting page here at powerbank20.com, English actual output capacity. You'll have the link in the description. And here it's a very, very interesting literature about batteries and charging, discharging. It's absolutely nice. And that's, if you are reading this, this will clear a lot of the stuffs we are encounter. Okay? The point is, when a producer say, like in this case, this battery, it have 20,000 milliamps hour, that doesn't really mean the output of the battery after the electronic, the effectively output, the current we need, or the wattage, the power we need to charge our phones or whatever, These are talking strictly about the elements inside, lithium or lithium polymer or any other kind of technology. So this capacity of 20,000, 10,000, and whatever it's writing there on the pack or on the battery, it's related to the input elements. Like we see here, they said 12,000 milliamps. From where? Because this was empty. It was an empty shell. Chinese stuff, okay? 20,000 milliamps, it's related to the capacity of the cells, but not to the actually output energy. Okay, let's go back here. And as we can see from the numbers, we don't have to do any mathematics here because we already find out that the efficiency is 66%, a little better, by the way. And if we read this page here, you'll find that a general rule like 80%, it's a very good battery. So that's it. If you think like buying, let's say, 10,000 milliamps battery, you can extract from that, in our case, 66%. So we're gonna have like 6,600 milliamps. And if you translate it in charging, I don't know, if you have, let's say, like a 3000 milliamps battery on your phone, you can charge your phone 2 times. In my case, my phone, it's like 3700 milli. So don't even think about that this one will be something like 20,000. No, it's 20,000 divided by 3700. So I'll charge my phone 5.4 times. No way, because it's very clear. I have a disposal 13,000 milliamps hour divided by 3700 3 times. And if you consider the electronic inside the phone and the other losings, so I bet 3 times charging from this battery to my phone. Okay, well guys, that's it for today. If you need more explanation about this, please check this really nice page. Thank you guys from powerbank20.com. Even a chart with different kind of batteries and the data they could find. It's clearing a lot of misunderstandings and mistakes we are making when we are buying or choosing a battery. But like a rule, so far as I found, don't count more than 70%. Oh, there is something else I have to do. So if you remember a while ago, I did a test to this battery. When I bought this battery, when it was bright new, and we'll compare the numbers. 63 watts, look there, 63 watts, exactly like we had here, 66 watts. So we got even better results this time, but of course different equipment. So the charge there was finally, as you can see in the clip, a 96 watts. So that confirmed the test, somehow done with another testing equipment. Okay guys, I hope it's interesting and I hope it's useful in the same time. I cleared my mind also about these things. I was a kind of concerned, I've been waiting almost double power than I finally got from these devices. But that's it. This is physics and we can't do more than this. Okay, I'll be back with some other tests and some other news soon. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe. I need you guys. Don't forget to like. And of course, I'm waiting your comments. It's nice to talk about things here on my channel. And of course, the most important thing, don't forget, have fun. Bye-bye.